What's up everyone, I'm CallumOnToast, and in today's video I'm going to be showcasing some battles in the Open Great League submitted to the channel by citizennate, who's running a triple turtle theme team. These battles were submitted earlier this season during the first Great League rotation whilst I was on holiday, so do bear that in mind, but they are at least past rank 20. With that being said, let's just get into the question of the day. What is your favourite turtle or tortoise themed Pokemon? Let me know in the comment section down below, and with that being said, let's get into the battles now. Alright, so going into the first battle, we lead Shadow Grotle into Excadrill, a very spicy pick for the Open Great League. We save swap into Carracosta, and the opponent also save swaps into a Haxorus, so a very glassy team from the opponent. But it's not looking too good for us here. They go for the breaking swipe straight away, and actually all three of our Pokemon do struggle up against dragon types, but especially the Carracosta into this Haxorus, as it is weak to the counter damage. They do get the farm down there, and we are happy to let the next breaking swipe go through as well. Gonna debuff our attack, which is unfortunate, but we're still able to resist it, Razor Leaf farm them down. Haxorus very glassy, like I did mention. They come back in with the Excadrill, they swap into Clefable, hoping to catch a move there or something, not 100% sure, but we're going to come in with our Shadow Blastoise, going to use a shield. They go for a Psychic here, so not sure if it means they're not running Meteor Mash or if they're not running the Moon Blast, but it doesn't really matter. We go for the Hydro Cannon, grabbing a shield from the opponent, and they overfarm, allowing us to make it to a second Hydro Cannon. This will grab the final shield from the opponent. And at this point, they don't have any fast move pressure, so we can safely let the Psychic go through. They get the defense drop. They're still not going to be able to farm us down, so we are going to let the next Psychic go through, come in with the Grotle. They come back in with the Excadrill. We make it to the Energy Ball before they get the farm down, or before they make it to back-to-back moves, and we're able to Razor Leaf farm down Clefable and take that game. Into the next battle, an amazing lead, Shadow Grotle into Shadow Swampert, they save swap into a Sableye, we respond with our Carracosta straight away, and we are going to shield up the first move. It is the foul play, of course. We're going to overfarm in this matchup, throwing just before they make it to the next charge move, and we do go for liquidation. As Body Slam is resisted, we take out the Sableye there, perhaps calling the bait or not too fussed about regaining switch advantage, which they probably should be because that is a really bad matchup for the Swampert, but we can go for the liquidation, grabbing a shield from the opponent, and if they go for the farm down, we should make it to the Body Slam, but the opponent makes a very nice catch onto Cresselia, banking a ton of energy on the Shadow Swampert and sponging the damage on their very bulky Pokemon. Now we actually come back in with the Grotle here, calling a Grass Knot, which is amazing for us because that is resisted, whereas with Shadow Blastoise that would be super effective, and the Swampert is so low that it doesn't really matter if we let Grotle go down here because Blastoise can easily take it out. The opponent full sends the Moon Blast this time around, but they're in range where we can fully farm them down before they make it to the Grass Knot. Now we CMP tie here, all we have to do is safely shield. If they go for Hydro Cannon, doesn't matter because we can go for Hydro Cannon of our own, and this will be taking out the Shadow Swampert, and we take that game. So going into the next battle, we see Shadow Grotle into another great lead into Azumarill, and they put staying in initially, they swap into an Alola Marowak. We've got a great response in the form of Carracosta once again, and they can go for super effective Bone Club, but Bone Club is quite a bad move here, and it is only 35 energy as well, so they can spam these, but it's not going to do much damage. We can safely let the next one go through as well, and I think they're in range where we can fully Water Gun, farm them down before they make it to a final Bone Club, and we are just about able to do so. We also don't have much health remaining either, so this Azumarill isn't going to get a massive bubble farm down, but they should be very close to an Ice Beam already, and they are at the Ice Beam now, so we're going to use a shield here, but the opponent won't make it to a second one. They have to swap out, and they do. They swap into Galarian Stunfisk, so unfortunately for them, we are just completely hard walling them here. They're going to go for a Rock Slide, doesn't do much damage, but with the Mud Shots, a second Rock Slide probably will take us out or get very close to taking us out. So you go for the Hydro Cannon. We will live it from this range, but I don't know if we make it to the next Hydro Cannon, but it doesn't really matter. We barely miss out there as we get to the charge move going down, but it doesn't matter. Once again, we can let the Rock Slide go through. The worst move that is going to be doing a lot of damage is going to be the Ice Beam from the Azu, but we save a shield and we're able to take that game. Into the next game, we see Wigglytuff in the lead, so a bit of a neutral matchup here. Fast move pressure against fast move pressure. Sorry, I definitely know how to talk here, but I am speaking very fast. But we're going to swap into the Shadow Blastoise here, banking a charge move and also saving the Razor Leaf user just in case we need it in the back. So I do like this play. We are running an ABB style team and we see a Swampert here. So Swampert would do very well up against Carracosta, but it's going to do very badly up against our Grotle. So we're going to let the Blastoise go down. Hydro Cannon actually doesn't take us out from this range and we make it to another Hydro Cannon. And this is going to do a ton of damage to the Swampert, nearly taking them out in actual fact. And now we are going to come in with the Grotle. The opponent swaps into Sandslash. We go for the Energy Ball. This is resisted damage, but they might no shield it. No, they do actually use a shield. And at this point, we should be looking fairly good. We can tank a Drill Run just about here on our Carracosta. And these Powder Snows are resisted. Personally, I would have gone for the Liquidation, but we are getting very low. We go for the Body Slam here and... oh, I don't know about this play here. We're now going to shield this up as they go for the Ice Punch, and they will have to throw a move here on the Swampert to take us out. They go for the Mud Shot, farm down, and we do just about Water Gun, farm them down there. So personally, I would have committed to the Liquidation, but it didn't matter in the end. In the next game, we see a Charizard in the lead, awful lead. We save swap into Blastoise. They bank a ton of energy, knowing that they are going to completely wall the typical Blastoise moveset, but we're actually running Skull Bash, but the opponent uses a shield there. That's really unfortunate. I personally probably wouldn't have shielded in that situation. The opponent goes for an Earthquake and they have to throw another charge move. They throw perfect there just as we make it to the Hydro Cannon. So very good counting by the opponent, but we can come in with Grotle. We do resist everything as we've seen the moveset from this Politoed. So we can let this move go through, go for the Razor Leaf, farm down, and then probably swap instantly into our Carracosta here. And we do swap instantly. The opponent swaps into a Greedent, and at this point, we're going to go straight for that Liquidation. If we grab a shield here, I think we can just let the Carracosta go down. We also get the defense drop, but no, we're actually going to shield in this matchup. I disagree with this because if we let these moves go through and then just come in with the Grotle, we can perhaps shield once, fully Razor Leaf, farm them down, and Charizard is easily in range where a Body Slam would take them out. But here we go for Liquidation. We take out the Greedent. They're already at the charge move here, so this will be taking out the Carracosta. No, they go for a Blast Burn, which is double resisted. I don't know why they did that, but whatever. We go for the Body Slam, taking out the Charizard, and we take that game. Into the next battle, we see Grotle into a Quagsire, so another great lead for the Shadow Grotle. The opponent safe swaps into a Noctowl. We come in with the Carracosta. Now we are resisting the wing attacks, but Shadow Ball is going to do a lot of damage, so we do end up shielding it. And because we're not running Rock Slide, I think we're not going to be able to take them out before they make it to the next charge move here, which is really unfortunate because to guarantee switch advantage, we might need to double shield here, and that's what we're going to do. So that is really sad for the Carracosta. Although Carracosta is fairly bulky, we probably do live a Shadow Ball there, so perhaps just playing it really safe. But we can go for Liquidation. It does some decent damage to the Quagsire. We're just going to continue farming, forcing them to throw a Mud Bomb, otherwise they'd have to use a shield. So I like that play, not going straight for the Body Slam. And now we've got a Blastoise, 0 shields up against a 2 shielded Frostlass. It's going to be close, but let's see. They go for the Shadow Ball. That does big damage. We go for a Hydro Cannon, but we throw on alignment, giving them a full Powder Snow through. Is that going to come back to bite us? We are going to see. The opponent is at an Avalanche. Avalanche will take us out, but can we get the Razor Leaf farm down in time? Yes, we're just about able to do so, and they need to go for the Stone Edge to take us out. They don't get there, and we take that game. Into the next battle, we see a Jellicent in the lead. So once again, Shadow Grotle picking up a great lead. I'm not sure if these are just hand-selected battles or if these are back-to-back, but Grotle is seeing a lot of play up against these lead Pokemon. The opponent comes back in with the Jellicent. We can go for Liquidation. Unfortunately, everything is resisted, but Liquidation is single resisted and Stab, whilst Body Slam is double resisted, so it makes sense to go for Liquidation first. We only make it to the Body Slam that time around, and we come back in with the Grotle. Shadow Ball would do big damage, so we do end up using a shield, and we are able to get the Razor Leaf farm down. But they've got a Razor Leaf Shadow Victory Belt in the back, and this is actually looking really bad because they've still got both shields remaining and they are double resisting our Razor Leaf damage whilst we're only single resisting theirs. And now we do make it to another Body Slam, but this is just absolutely gonna shred through our Shadow Blastoise. So we're gonna use a shield, probably gonna be an Acid Spray. It is the Acid Spray, and we are not able to make it to the Hydro Cannon, and we do unfortunately lose that game. But into the next battle, another Haxorus, this time in the lead. The opponent safe swaps into a Steelix, so Perhaps they do it for a reason. Maybe they're running a double steel back line, but they go for a Psychic Fangs here. We do take that, and now we can go for a liquidation, and liquidation is going to be shielded, but it does get the defense drop, and now these water guns are seriously chunking. We can safely shield this up, and we should be able to fully water gun farm them down from this range. Hopefully, yes, we do get the water gun farm down. They come in with a Probo Pass. We blind throw the body slam, which is unfortunate, but the opponent does use a shield anyways, and then they snipe with the Haxorus. So interesting play. They've just switch locked themselves here, and we can come in with our Grotle, safely let this move go through. Breaking Swipe isn't going to do too much damage to us, and we will make it to the body slam. And even though it is debuffed, body slam will be enough damage to take out the Haxorus. Now we come in with the Blastoise, and this should be a pretty comfortable matchup. All we have to do is make it to the Hydro Cannon, and although Probo Pass is quite bulky here, Hydro Cannon should be enough damage to take them out, or if not, it should put them very low, and a couple of water guns is enough damage to take out the Probo Pass, and we take that game. And into the next battle, we see a Medicham in the lead, so we're going to lead Shadow Grotle here. We're going to stay in initially, although Ice Punch, if they do have it, which they probably do have, is going to do a lot of damage, so we do shield it up. They safe swap into Talonflame, and now this is really good for us. We come in with the Carracosta, resisting everything. The opponent full sends the Brave Bird. That actually does quite a lot of damage, but we're able to Water Gun, farm them all the way down. They come back in with the Medicham. We throw straight away. Ideally, we should go for one extra Water Gun first, and that does mean we do miss out on the Body Slam. But it doesn't really matter, although here this kind of does matter as we overfarm here, and now we're going to go for the Razor Leaf farm down instead, but they've got a Swampert in the back, so this is perfect for us. We snipe with the Water Gun from the Shadow Blastoise, and we're able to take that game. And into the next battle here, possibly the final battle, another great lead for the Shadow Grotle, so I do believe these probably are hand-selected battles, but it doesn't really matter. The opponents stay in here, going for a Surf as well, so they're clearly very weak to the Shadow Grotle in the back. We get the full farm down, and there is the second Pokemon weak to the Grotle. It is a Jellicent, so we are sacrificing the Blastoise here just to make sure that we do align our Grotle up against this Jellicent, and then we've got Carracosta for the Frost Slash. So we're going to let this move go through. Shadow Ball does a lot of damage, but we make it to the Hydro Cannon anyways, and at this point, I don't think we even shield the Grotle either. We are just going to let this move go through as they come in. No, we are actually going to use a shield here. The opponent baits with a Surf, which is unfortunate. They make it to another charge move, but at this point, no, we don't shield. It is another Surf, so that's fine with us. They come back in with the Frost Slash. We go for the Energy Ball, and this will be grabbing the final shield from the opponent. And now we come in with our Carracosta. We should be able to live a Shadow Ball here, but we will shield the first move anyways. The opponent baits with an Avalanche, which is unfortunate, but we make it to the Liquidation anyways. And from this range, Liquidation takes out the Frost Slash. We Water Gun, farm down the Jellicent, and we take that game. So that's going to be it for today's video. If you did enjoy it, make sure you leave a like, leave a comment letting me know, and as well, don't forget to respond to the question of the day if you haven't done so already. And if you want to see more content like this in the future, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications. That way you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video. But with that being said, thank you all so much for watching today's video, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.